There are so many big decisions right now with in terms of what the Fed wants to do with interest rates and how do we curb inflation in the first place? What do we do about crypto regulation? And all of these issues intertwine, right? And in this video, I want to talk about another big decision that's just days away and what it means for crypto. What do I expect to see here? And something a little bit more current in terms of what's the conversations like right now ahead of the next big Fed meeting that is just days away. So we're going to jump into all of that in this video. Make sure you guys hit the like button down below and subscribe for more content like this. Let's dive into this article because very fascinating here what's happening. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell faces political pressure over interest rate hikes. Now, the expectation is that we're going to see another 75 basis point hike. In fact, across the board, everybody who factors and weighs in their thoughts on these sort of things believe it's going to happen. So anything outside of that would be shocking, right? First and foremost. But this is on the left-hand side here, Sherrod Brown, Democrat from Ohio. He had some things that he wanted to speak to Jerome Powell about, and he did so. I want to go over that, what it means, and also provide some analysis around it. So U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown has asked Fed Chairman Jerome Powell not to forget that the Federal Reserve's dual mandate when making decisions about hiking interest rates at the next Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC meeting. He says it's your job to combat inflation, but at the same time, you must not lose sight of your responsibility to ensure that we have full employment. So a Fed spokesman reportedly said that, yes, Powell received the message and basically said that normal policy here is to respond to such communication directly. Commenting on Brown's letter to Powell, Mark Zandi, who's a chief economist at Moody's Analytics, was quoted by CNBC as saying, Chair Powell has made it pretty clear that the necessary conditions for the Fed to achieve its full employment is low and stable inflation. So, of course, they have lofty goals with inflation, but I'd like to see it get down to about 4%. I think that's more of an operating inflation number that we can kind of get back to normal, if you will. Now, without low and stable inflation, there's no way to achieve full employment, he added. He'll stick to his guns on this. I don't see this as having any material impact on decision-making at the Fed. I don't think so either, but here's what I come to with where Jerome Powell sits right now. What else could he do? What other alternatives are there right now? What I have loved, I would have loved to see happen in 2021. What I would have loved to see happen would be interest rate hikes then, not this artificial year that everything's okay. I mean, all the markets were fine. Everything's just back to normal. Just, it's real easy. And we knew that this was a possibility, that it could unravel fast, and it has here in 2022. But on one hand, it's provided a ton of opportunities in the markets. Now, I know the other side of that coin is people deal with inflation every single day when they fill their gas tanks, when they go shopping, when they decide to take a vacation or not. Everything costs more when you're dealing with the inflation numbers that the U.S. is highest inflation rate since in the last 40 years, right? But from an investor standpoint, if you have some income coming in and you're able to save more, make more, do whatever you can to invest, there's no better time. There's no better time. And in terms of how this is going to impact crypto, so I want to zoom out here and talk to you about this. So how this is going to impact crypto coming up here very shortly, the next FOMC meeting. I think a lot of it could be baked in because the expectation of a 75 basis point hike has never been more a matter of fact, right? Leading up to all of these 75 basis point hikes, there was still doubt, what could it be? Could he dial it back? Could he ramp it up? I think almost everybody believes and feels as if it's going to be another 75 basis point hike. And I think what that's doing to crypto, in my opinion here, things could change, we'll see. But I think what it's doing is it's helping price in the upcoming FOMC meeting. Bitcoin, was unable to stay above 21,000. We need to see that in order to get the rally we want with Bitcoin and Ethereum to get back to where we were in August. We'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be interesting to watch it play out. I've never cared so much about Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve in my entire life, but it matters right now. It matters for crypto. It matters for the stock market. It matters in our world because it's at the forefront of all the issues that so many Americans and so many people around the globe are facing as it, relates to inflation. That's what I've got for you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe down below. Also, let me know what you think about all this down there as well in the comment section. And I will see you all in the next video.